Welcome back to Talk with Maria, where we speak truth to power and uplift voices that inspire us all. Today, we are honored to share a story that will touch your soul. Maria Davis is a music industry powerhouse, a fearless HIV/AIDS activist, and founder of Can't Be Silenced, Incorporated. Diagnosed with HIV in 1995, Maria turned her diagnosis into a mission of love, education, and survival. Her journey is a testimony to resilience, and her work reminds us that caregiving isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual, and lifelong. Maria, welcome. Let's dive into the power story.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Maria.
Maria. 2 Marias for you today. Get ready. How are you?
I'm good.
It is truly an honor to have you in our set today.
Very nice to meet you too. My friend Johnny Nunez spoke very highly of you.
Famous Johnny.
Yes,
Yay.
yes. Photographer extraordinaire.
Listen to me. Nobody can. The man was born with a camera in his hand.
Born with a camera in his hand.
Yes. Powerful man.
Yes. But he sent me pictures of you. I think you received a presidential award.
I certainly did.
And so
Thank
he
God.
shared that with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
When you receive a presidential award.
Yes.
And you hold that honor in your hand.
Yes.
It gives you a new turn in life to continue all the wonderful smiles.
Yes.
And yes.
No matter what you're going through.
No matter what you're going through.
You should really be
Keep
smiling.
a smile. It would turn you.
Yes.
It would conquer. Love conquers. I can assure you that.
Well, that's my church's motto this year. We are love revolutionaries.
Absolutely.
Because Jesus was a love revolutionary.
Absolutely.
He went around, he loved us.
Yes.
You know.
Unconditionally,
even though we did not listen and behave.
No, we still got loved.
We complained.
Yes.
But he still loved us.
He's still there and he's still forgiving us.
Yes.
And you don't have to be in love with someone. You could love the world and love people.
I love the world and world.
Yes.
But I do talk to my young sisters about the imitation love, that when people use the word love because they're trying to get something from you. Jesus didn't use the word to try to get something from us. So you have to be careful to make sure that it's so
pure love.
Pure love. Pure
Yes.
love. A love that doesn't want something back.
That's correct.
In return.
And you've shared that love.
I try. You know, I'm still a work in progress.
Yes.
You know, we all are.
As we all are.
And, but you know, you try to do the best that you can do every day you get up in the morning. It's another opportunity for you to make somebody feel good.
Yes.
You know, for you to live, love, and serve. That is the
Absolutely.
motto of my church in Harlem, First Corinthian Baptist Church.
Wow.
Live, love, and serve.
Live, love, and serve. I love
Yes,
that.
yes.
You know, service in the world is so important.
It's very important.
You know, you can love and you can live, but if you had hoarded everything, what's the purpose?
And it's so funny because I'm in the music industry also.
Yes.
So, you know, when I've had the opportunity, I'm on Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt.
Nice.
So I've had artists from 50 Cent to Mike Epps to Mike Phillips. It didn't matter. Celebrity basketball, football players. And, you know, when I hear stories of, we have 12 cars, but you can only ride one.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know, I have
Donate one.
7 pools.
Yes.
And
I
would
wonder
be
how they live.
I would be impressed if you told me you had 7 pools and you opened 6 of them to the fresh air fund for the kids to swim during the summertime.
I'm telling you.
See, now I'm impressed with that.
Bring a bunch of them over and show them how they can live with a pool like this.
'Cause you can't.
Maybe we should motion that and
we
make
should.
sure people, you know, let's get a bus and say to Jay-Z, listen, come on, let's come to the pool. Let's
I hope
get Gary
Jay-Z is
together.
listening to us, yes.
And bring Gary's kids, who he's mentoring, into Jay-Z's pool.
Yes.
Now that'll be something.
That'll
be
something.
really sharing love.
That would be really sharing some love. And I just think, you know, you can have a whole lot, but to me, who do you sell your soul to?
Oh, God.
Which is so important.
Yes.
Are you sold out to those people that are not meaningful, that don't care, and y'all all share the same exact purpose in life? You make money, you know, you raise your children. Half the music y'all make, your children don't even listen to that music. And it's not love music like we grew up with, like the Temptations and Marvin Gaye and, you know.
Let's Get It On.
Let's Get It On and so many, you know, music that really encouraged us and inspired us. Did we
Yes.
have some of the
To get
other
some
music?
life, yeah.
Did we have some Millie Jackson?
No,
Yes, we
but
did.
listen,
but
Millie
we had
Jackson.
But we had
Oh
a
my God.
variety
Me and
of
Mrs.
music.
Brown. Oh my God, I
Yes,
remember.
yes.
My friend got a whipping for that singing Me and Mrs. Brown. Oh my God. Me and Mrs. Jones. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Tell me about your lifetime in music.
So, you know, I started my mother.
Yes.
I actually
and
have
you're
to give
originally from the city.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, stop it. That's
My
where my
mother's
son
from
moved.
Cincinnati,
He said,
Ohio. My
Mom, it's a
father-
great town. I said, you giving up New York? He said, listen, come to Ohio. Wow.
I have 7 siblings, and none of them were born in Cincinnati except for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Original
my mother,
Cincinnati girl.
Original Cincinnati. My mother followed my father here. She had me when she was 15. And then she followed my father here, and then my other sister was born 2 years later. And so we grew up in the South Bronx.
Oh, wow.
And I always tell people I remember Whole Avenue because I went
Yes,
to
of course.
a
Under the
kindergarten.
train tracks, yes.
I went to kindergarten in the school on Whole
Yes.
Avenue, and then we moved to the Bronx to the Mott Haven Projects.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Oh,
where.
that's serious.
Yeah, that's.
I'm from 161st and Whitacrest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I went to Taft High School, so that was
that's
around.
Listen, that's no
Yes.
joke out there.
Yes.
Taft, the big T. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And so, you know, even in going to school back then versus now,
Yes.
my graduating class was 858 students.
Wow. Everybody came to school.
We don't have those kind of graduating classes right now. Times have changed.
Yes.
Love. There's
Yes.
not enough love.
No.
You know, the teachers are different.
Yeah.
You know, when we
They
had
complain
teachers,
about
when we were
everything.
going to school, they didn't play. The village has left.
Yes.
And
yes.
you know, that is my mission to try to get some more people involved in the village.
Wow.
And so, you know, when I was diagnosed with HIV after a long history of modeling,
Yes.
you know,
And beautiful you still are.
but God.
Yes, but God.
I have to tell people all the time,
Yes.
but God.
Yes.
And so I was diagnosed in 1995. I found out through a life insurance policy. I had 2 children, but they are not HIV positive. And that was the beginning of another life. And I remember getting the paper, the envelope in the mail saying, "Dear Ms. Davis, we're sorry to inform you that we are rejecting your insurance policy inquiry, but we must tell you that you have the HIV antibody. Please go and seek help."
Wow.
So no number, no information, because when I was diagnosed at the time, we all thought it was a gay white man's disease.
Yes.
And little did we know that
It's a
HIV,
whole world
AIDS,
disease.
and a woman's,
Disease.
African-American women
Yes.
and children made up the highest number of new infections.
Yes, I was amazingly enough in my healthcare journey, I started off as a home health aide, and in 1995, where the epidemic was at its highest,
Yes.
and most, or if not all of my clients was HIV positive, and people would be afraid to go out. And I said, you know what, I'm going. Somebody needs to take care of everybody, and I'm going to march into someone's house. And I met a whole new world of people. Some survived, some didn't, God bless them, but you got a chance to share love.
Yes.
And that was important.
Yes.
Hold someone's hand, rub their backs, talk with them, help them to eat, and change their lives.
And that was very important.
Yes.
That's what saved lives, because at that time there was no medication.
There was no medication.
It was only AZT.
Yes.
And AZT was a failed cancer treatment.
Wow.
And they were actually giving a dose 5 more times than it should have been administered.
Yes.
So it was hope for a minute.
Yes.
And there are people that lived on it, but you know, for African Americans, our skin was very dark, hair was baby thin. And when I became HIV positive, I was not taking AZT.
Right.
So
You survived and loved.
survived. And then 3 years later, I was diagnosed with AIDS.
Great story. We have to take a quick break. When we return, we'll hear more about Maria Davis and her journey with survival based on pure love. Welcome back to Talk with Maria. Today we are talking with Maria Davis. Her journey is a testimony to resilience, and her work reminds us that caregiving isn't just physical, it's emotional, spiritual, and lifelong. Maria, what an honor to have you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
So,
You got another letter.
chapter 2, diagnosed with AIDS.
Yes.
Found out from an organization called Callan Lord. They were very huge. They still are around. And it was a young African-American doctor and said to me, I was very tired and fatigued. And she kept saying to me, did anybody test you for MAC? I said, MAC? What is MAC? Mycobacterium avium complex? I was like, what is that?
What is that? That's a long word.
And lo and behold, by the end of 1998, I was diagnosed with MAC. So I could barely walk, talk, very fatigued, night sweats, fevers all day, every day.
Oh my God.
And then,
System.
you know, and it was a learning experience because when I was diagnosed, I didn't know anybody that looked like me. And especially no women. I knew Arthur Ashe.
Yes.
And by that time, it was Magic Johnson. So
Right.
everything was focused around Magic. But I couldn't call Magic Johnson on the phone and say, hey,
Yes.
I'm
What are you
living with
taking?
AIDS,
Share some
right?
with me. Yeah.
You have money, you get the
Yes.
things I can't get. So
Right.
can you help me out? But I was introduced to a phenomenal doctor from England
Oh, wow.
named Dr.
bless
Joseph
him.
Sonneman. And rest in peace, he passed away a couple of years
God,
ago.
rest in peace.
That was my teacher. That was my educator, along with an organization called the National Black Leadership Commission on AIDS, but it hadn't come into fruition yet. It was Deborah Fraser Howes, Pernessa Steele, Balm in
Wow,
Gilead.
yes,
It was
Balm of Gilead, yes.
Black Church Week of Prayer for the Healing of AIDS, Deborah Levine,
Oh, nice.
and
A
Mother
team.
Ella, Dolores
Oh,
Moon, rest
Mother
in
Ella.
peace. And so all of these women, I became so entrenched with and followed them.
Yes.
And even when I was in the hospital for 6.5 weeks, it was only supposed to be 1 week stay for maintenance for me because I wouldn't take drugs, but by then I had to.
Oh, wow.
And if I wanted to see my children
Yes.
and grandchildren,
Oh,
which I
my
have the
God.
opportunity to see
Thank
now.
God, yes.
And they just, you know, information is power.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you have been diagnosed with, whether it's diabetes,
yes.
high blood pressure, cancer. It's so important to be informed.
Yes, very important.
Because the information will save your life.
Yes.
You know, change the way you eat. I took a protocol with a Dr. Sabi, who is also no longer with
Dr.
us.
Oh,
Learned
Dr.
a lot
Sabi.
from Dr. Sabi.
Wow, he was
Yes,
powerful. Yes. And of course, on that note of who's no longer with us, Sister Dukes.
Yes.
God bless her soul.
Hazel Dukes.
Hazel Dukes.
A
God
big
bless you.
civil rights icon.
Yes.
We've lost, and you know, Angie Stone, you know, I'm in the
Yes.
music industry.
Oh,
I showcase
yes.
artists every third
Oh, wow.
week of the month at a club restaurant called Shrine in Harlem.
Really, we got to come down to
Yes,
Shrine.
you have to
Oh,
come
we
to
gotta
the,
talk
you will
about
have a
Shrine.
good old time. I have a
Yes, we
live
will.
band and a DJ.
Oh, my God, I'm coming.
So we parties.
Yes, we're partying, yes.
And so, you know, the music and HIV became
Yes.
one because I thought that God was preparing me for this being a big promoter, doing these shows with these incredible people, because I was going to be a big promoter,
Right.
and I was going to make money, and I was going to be famous.
Right.
But God said, "Nah, that's
I'll
not
make
what
you
I.
famous, but
I'm
I
gonna
don't
make
know
you
about
famous,
that."
but not the famous you want to be."
goodness.
And so, when I was in the hospital, you know, it became clear
Yes.
that Mad Wednesdays was just the stage that I needed to practice on for the bigger stage of being an
Yes.
HIV/AIDS health advocate. And I have to say health advocate because I don't just stop at HIV now.
Right.
I bring the mammogram van to my church every couple of months along with the prostate van. I call it
Yes.
Super Sunday.
Yes, Super Sunday.
Because it's your health is your wealth.
Yes.
That is the message that I have. You know, I have my own non-for-profit called Can't Be Silenced.
Oh, wow.
Because I will
yes.
never shut up
Yes,
until...
that's right. Can't shut up on these things.
Nope.
And to raise money, to have people be aware. Because let me tell you something. Young people in school are still having crazy sex. But let me tell you something. Seniors
Girl, you took
in
it right out
assisted
my
living.
mouth. I was getting ready.
Seniors in assisted living are still getting HIV.
And the STDs
at a very high rate. Yes.
And what do we talk about? Love. Everybody
Yes.
wants to feel love.
Even at 99.
Even at 99,
Yes.
you want to feel love.
Absolutely.
And then you lose your significant other and you're still looking for love.
And you're still looking for love.
And you hook up with the wrong person.
Yes.
Because you don't think you can get pregnant.
Yes.
And it's the same.
What do you have to say to the seniors with as far as the HIV piece is concerned?
Let me make you laugh. You know I do HIV 101s. Hep
do?
C, U equals for Iris House, a very powerful organization in Harlem.
Okay.
And so they have a faith-based program where you have to teach. So I go into the senior centers and I pull out the condoms and I show them how to use them.
Right.
And I you bring the cucumber. So you know
of course.
I don't know, every man is a Magnum man. So I be telling them I'm out of Magnums right now, but this size will fit you.
One size fit all.
And I mean, the seniors get a holler out of it, but I also let them know that you could give this information to your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. You are the village.
Yes.
You are the feet that we sit at to hear the stories and the information. I want to give you the information to share.
We used to have a part of the city, and I can't quite recall which organization, would drop off a box of condoms. You would not imagine how fast those condoms would go.
And lubricant too.
And lubricants, let me tell you.
Because the thing is, you know, as you become older, you get drier.
Yes.
You know, and people don't want to have those conversations, women, but it's true.
But you have to.
So I give women, listen, take this. This lubricant is your friend, honey.
Yes.
Let's get real. Yes, let's get real now.
Oh my goodness.
And
so to the seniors, they have to be careful. We should just go to all the senior centers.
We should just go
and
to
give us some
all.
condoms.
Me and you together.
That's it.
Team
We're
up.
doing that.
Yes.
We're doing that.
Yes.
That's
yes.
it. Let's make sure nobody else gets HIV, AIDS, or any STDs.
And then when I pull out the dental dam, they like, what is that? I said, that's to cover the place, you know, where your mouth shouldn't be.
That's right.
But we're going to help you protect it, right?
These days.
Oh my goodness.
Boy.
That's why we Maria.
I'm telling you, oh my God. We say it as it is. We have to take a quick break. When we return, we'll hear more about all the good stuff that you can do even when you're 99 from Maria Davis. And do it safe. Welcome back to Talk with Maria. Today we are talking with Maria Davis as she shares her touching story. Maria, so we're past the 90s and HIV is still present.
Still present.
What are we doing?
You know, just being an advocate and, you know, the process of me healing took a long time.
Yes.
Because you'd have to relearn to love yourself. Well, actually, I didn't even relearn. Actually, I didn't love myself.
I see.
So, you know, when I figured out that love starts from the inside of you.
That's correct.
You can't get the love from outside from someone else.
And from no one.
Because like we talked about pure love, that's not pure love. The love that the gentleman that I had an affair with, that I thought I was gonna marry, I was getting ready to move to the West Indies, put locks in my hair, all this soon come and all this old kind of stuff. But I learned that men, it doesn't matter what part of the world they're in.
If they're not careful.
If you're not careful.
Right. It goes both ways.
You can easily be bamboozled.
Yes.
And I tell young sisters this all the time.
Yes.
He did not make me not wear a condom. I did not wear a condom.
That's correct.
So that was on me.
Yes.
That was not on him.
Very important.
And you know,
when you could take onus to what you should have, could have done.
And so I take the onus. You know, people say to me today, are you mad at him? Nope. Because I'm still alive. I'm living.
And he taught you how to love yourself.
And taught me how to love myself.
In an indirect fashion.
And I have 2 grandbabies that love me.
Amen. So do you get completely better where you take a test and there's no HIV, no
I'm undetectable.
That's so sweet.
Undetectable.
It's a miracle.
Miracle. Untransmittable.
Oh, wow.
So the treatment plan that I'm on, and many of us are on, that's why HIV is not as rampant as it used to be.
Yes.
The medicine, advanced medicine is awesome. And so when I take the test, HIV test, it is so low, the viral load is so low that it can't be detected, so I can't infect someone else.
Thank God.
But I don't,
that doesn't mean you're not walking with 2 magnums in your pocket.
That does not mean I'm not walking with 1 large and 1 small.
Just in case.
Just in case.
So you're still in the industry?
I'm still in the industry. I'm a bully in the streets because I walk around with a bullhorn
Right.
and my donation box.
And I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
And so we wanna donate, and we wanna initiate,
Thank
and we
you.
wanna make sure that we take it to the next level.
Absolutely.
We're not gonna stay silent.
Yes.
The Talk with Maria show will team up and talk with
Yes.
Can't Stay Silent. I love it. What a good combo. Yes.
And don't forget Mad Wednesdays. You have to come to
Mad
Mad Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
And you know the good thing about Mad Wednesdays, I get so many young people.
Nice.
You know, I'm older. I
Nice.
just turned 65.
You look amazing.
But I get so many young people that call me, Miss Davis, can you help me do this and can you help me do that? And then I get an opportunity when they're on stage. I do HIV testings.
Wow.
I do Hep C testing.
Nice.
I let people come up and
And
talk
Hep
about.
C is something you can't be quiet about. It's rampant.
And you know, I ask people all the time that in my age, have you ever been tested for Hep C? No. Well, you need to get tested.
Yes, you'll be surprised.
Be surprised.
Yes.
And so, you know, it's my opportunity to educate them while I am up on stage. Yes.
Tell us where your church is located again.
It's called First Corinthian Baptist Church in Harlem. It's 1912 Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard. And Shrine, that's where I
Yes.
have Mad Wednesdays, is in Harlem on between 133rd and 134th in 7th Avenue, Adam Clayton Powell
Wow,
Jr.
yes.
Boulevard. Shrine is a very unique, incredible place. It's owned by an African named Abdel, and so they have so many African artifacts there. It's a beautiful space.
Yes.
And when you come in there, you feel the love.
You feel the love.
Yeah.
So we're coming. We have to take a quick break. When we return, we'll hear more from Maria Davis. Welcome back to Talk with Maria. Today we are talking with Maria Davis. Her journey is a testament to resilience, and her work reminds us that caregiving isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual, and it's lifelong. Maria, what do you want to share with the world?
That to be your authentic self,
Yes,
that trust your gut,
yes,
because your gut is your connection to God,
absolutely.
and love yourself, you know, not selfishly, but
Yes.
put you first. As women, we put everybody else first and we don't take care of ourselves.
Right.
And so you can't help somebody else survive if you're not surviving yourself. And you know what, I wanna also talk about a misconception that people have. They think that HIV and AIDS is the same thing, and it's not.
No, it's not.
HIV is the virus that breaks down the immune system that causes AIDS, and there are people that have HIV for many, 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 many years and do not seroconvert to AIDS.
Wow.
But I did very quickly. And for people to know that there's HIV-1, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So depending on where you come from in the world, your strand of HIV can be very different. When you take a test, you take an HIV test, you do not take an AIDS test. And so that is very important. I can't touch you. I can't talk over you and you get HIV.
Yes.
And I want to tell people, do not do drug holidays with any medication that you take. So I would take the HIV medication sometimes and I would stop. And that was in the early days when the new medications that were very toxic came out. Then I thought I was cute. I was on the cover of Heart and Soul and different magazines. I was modeling. I did the
Yes.
Bristol Myers commercial and ad, and I did another ad for Merck. I did, it was called I Design, and was very, very successful.
design your life? I
Yeah,
love
how do
that.
you design your life with
Yes.
HIV?
Wow.
And it can be designed.
I know there must have been days that you felt down and out. How did you cope with those days?
The Bible,
The Bible.
reading the Word, going to church. And so even in my days where I worked in a club restaurant called The Cellar back in the day, so I had the opportunity to see Chaka Khan, Phyllis Hyman.
I love Shaka.
And I started doing parties there, but I also worked with a very unique woman named Cordell Clear, who is now the senator in Harlem, and my good friend, and she just honored me in the Senate.
How sweet.
Mad Wednesdays turned 30.
Oh, wow.
And so they honored me with a resolution, and I took 15 family members up there, and my granddaughter, and the assembly, and the senators.
Oh, my
They put my
goodness.
resolution on the floor. It was
How
beautiful.
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You know what was so amazing? That my grandbaby got to see me and they honored her, and we
Resignation.
stood up, and she stood up with me,
Oh,
and
wow.
Cordell is like her aunt, Senator Cordell
Yes.
Clear is like her aunt, so Senator
Power
Cordell
Senator
Clear
Cordell.
said her name
Yes.
while she was in the chambers.
Oh,
It was so
wow.
beautiful. So, you know, I'm not unique, but I'm
Wow.
favored by God.
How do one get in touch with you?
MariaSpeaksOut@gmail.com. On Instagram, I'm Davis_Maria13. You could come to the shrine every third Wednesday of the month,
And
and
you
you
know
could
today's
find me
the
there.
13th.
Yes.
We value all your information in this
Thank
significant moment in time.
Thank you.
Having you on this and the air for the world to see is giving the power and that knowledge to people that needs that. Somebody in this audience needs this information.
Because we have to let people know in any way we can.
That's correct.
They have to feel the love, whether it's a television show, whether it's on the radio, whether it's a phone call.
Yes.
Please, people, call your family members.
Yes. I want to thank you.
I want to thank you.
You're
too.
so inspirational.
I'm so
happy to have met you.
I'm so armed and ready to work with you.
Yes, we have a plan.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
inviting me.
Thank you so much for joining me on the Talk with Maria show today. I hope you found our conversations informative and inspiring. Visit our website, talkwithmaria.com, for resources and information. Share your thoughts on social media using hashtag #TalkWithMaria. Until next time, stay healthy. Talk with Maria is made possible by, if you're passionate about helping others, become a certified home health aide with Home Health Aid Training Institute, 516-333-3689, or visit hhati.com. Experience the authentic taste of Italy in the heart of Westbury, Rialto Restaurant. Make your reservation at 516-997-5689. Brooklyn Boulevard Home Care. They care for you in the comfort of your own home. To schedule your care, call 718-683-8303.